You may be wondering, Simba, why are you a bear? Stop asking questions. We got the worst truth or dare ever. Shout out Simple Paint. Let's get it, bro.
Jump if you dare. On May 24th, 2023, just days after graduating high school, 18-year-old Cameron Robbins from Baton
Wait, is this about when he jumped off the ship and got ate by sharks? I think this is that.
Rouge, Louisiana, was
Like
celebrating with several
Cruise.
hundred classmates on a trip to the Bahamas.
Cruise.
They were
yep.
staying at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort in Nassau. That evening, the group attended a sunset party cruise aboard Blackbeard's Revenge, a pirate-themed party boat. Around 9:40 p.m., near the uninhabited Athol Island northeast of Nassau, someone dared Cameron to jump off the boat into the dark ocean. Several students tried to grab him and stop him. They reached for him, attempting to hold him back.
What did you think was the end result? You thought the boat was at night? Like, yo, some ego be too fragile, bro. Ego be way too fragile, bro. What do you like?
But Cameron broke free from their grip. He jumped into the water. Footage captured the aftermath. Cameron could be seen swimming in the dark waters. Friends threw a life preserver toward him. People screamed, "Grab the buoy! Hey, the buoy!" They were trying desperately to direct him to the flotation device, but Cameron appeared to swim away from it. Within seconds, he vanished from view. The boat remained anchored for hours as students searched frantically.
Damn.
The U.S. Coast Guard, Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and United Cajun Navy searched the waters until about 3 a.m. Royal
Damn.
Bahamas Defense Force Commodore Raymond King called the area really shark-infested. He said, "The probability of survival decreases significantly, particularly if a person did not have on a life vest, and particularly if a person is perceived to be intoxicated." The search covered 325 miles over 2 days. On May 27th, authorities called off the search.
Damn.
Cameron Robbins was officially designated lost at sea. His body was never recovered. A memorial service was held at Broadmoor United Methodist Church in Baton Rouge. Cameron was described by his baseball coach as a
Bruh, listen. Do you not understand, like, that has to be the worst outcome possible? That has to be. Now your parents have to, like, they don't know where your body is. This is, you don't have a headstone. You don't have no way, they don't have your ashes, nothing. You're just in the fucking wind. You're just lost at sea. You're just gone. They can't even bury you. Do you see how, like, crazy that, like, that your parents can't bury you because you a truth or dare? And whoever the fuck dared my stupid ass son, you at fault too, stupid ass stupid.
fierce competitor, and by his family as funny and kind-hearted. My darkest secret. On May 28, 2018, in the early hours of the morning, a neighbor looked out her window in Heysham, Lancashire, and saw flames at 94-year-old Mary Gregory's bungalow. Firefighters rushed to the scene and found Mrs. Gregory unconscious in the conservatory, suffering from smoke inhalation. She was treated by paramedics and rushed to Royal Lancaster Hospital, but died 4 days later. An investigation by Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service concluded the most probable cause was a dropped or carelessly discarded cigarette. Mrs. Gregory was a heavy smoker with dementia. The coroner recorded a verdict of accidental death. The case was closed. Then, weeks after the funeral, during a game of Truth or Dare with two friends, 17-year-old Tiernan Darnton revealed his darkest secret. He told them, "I have a secret I haven't told anyone. I may have killed someone." His friends didn't believe him. He persuaded them to keep quiet. But in May 2019,
Wait.
during a counseling session, Darnton mentioned a friend who could send me to prison cause of what he knows. He added that he had felt powerful at Mrs. Gregory's funeral because he knew what had happened and everyone else in the room didn't. The counselor ended the session by saying, "I think you're trying to tell me you've killed someone." Darnton mouthed, "Yes." Police reopened the case.
Oh,
They discovered
nah.
drawings of Mrs. Gregory's floor plan with labels like "good hiding place" and "quick exit." Evidence showed he had set the curtains on fire with a lighter, unplugged the phone, disabled a smoke alarm, and placed a table in front of the conservatory door.
Yo, nigga. Dead ass though, that nigga is like very evil for no fucking reason. Like, holy shit.
Hiding place and quick exit. Evidence showed he had set the curtains on fire with a lighter, unplugged the phone, disabled a smoke alarm, and placed a table in front of the conservatory doors to block her escape.
This thing is
Investigators found disturbing searches under 18 murder and how long do murderers serve in prison. In November
Wow.
2021, Darnton was convicted of murder and sentenced to life with a minimum of 15 years. The bridge incident. On a summer day in 2024, two teenagers, ages 15 and 16, were part of a group chat where dares were being shared among friends. The conversation turned to jumping off a bridge into Lake Hartwell, South Carolina. The pressure mounted through messages. Other teens egged them on. The two decided to go through with it. They drove to the bridge and climbed onto the railing. The drop to the water below was significant. Without hesitation, both teens jumped. They plunged into Lake Hartwell. Friends watching from the shore expected to see them surface. Seconds passed, then minutes.
What? I'm finding it. What do you expect to happen? When niggas jump off a bridge, they jump off to do what? When niggas want to commit slip and slide, they jump off the bridge to do that. So why do you think? Why do you think you're any different? That's where I'm getting at. That's what I'm trying to figure out. For sure.
Neither teen had made it back to shore. The local community was devastated. Candlelight vigils were held. Parents gathered, holding candles and photographs of the two teenagers. Flowers and messages were left at the bridge. In the days that followed, parents across the community warned about peer pressure games spreading through social media. The group chat that had contained the dare was examined by authorities. Friends who had participated in encouraging the jump were left traumatized. Counselors were brought into local schools. The deaths sparked conversations about the deadly...
Was it not... I RIP for sure, but was the gears not turning? Was it not like... Was the circle not jerking? Pause. This one maybe this one, but like, you look a little bit smarter than that, you know? This one not so much, but you look like you got a decent head on your shoulders. Are we? You know what? Never mind.
Consequences of online dares. The bridge where the teenagers jumped became a memorial site. Parents begged other teenagers to think before accepting dangerous dares, no matter how much pressure they felt from their peers. The community mourned two young lives lost to a moment of reckless decision-making.
And then it's like, you peer pressure me, nigga, you do it. Let's see if you survive. I know you ain't do it. You ain't jump off, because you wouldn't be here. Yeah, trying to get me to do it, nigga, you do it. Let's see you do it. You do it first, then I'll do it. You go first. You go first, then I'll go. Let me make sure you survive. Oh, okay. Exactly. Fuck out my face.
The boiling water incident. On March 22, 2017, in Florida, 8-year-old Kihari Pope was at a sleepover with her cousin and friends. The children decided to
I think I remember this.
play Truth or Dare. The game started innocently enough. Then, someone dared Kihari to drink boiling water through a straw. The other children thought it would be funny to see if she would actually do it. Kihari accepted the dare. She put the straw to her lips and drank the scalding liquid. Immediately, she began screaming in agony. The boiling water burned her mouth, throat, and lungs. She collapsed. The adults rushed her to the hospital. Doctors discovered she had suffered severe internal burns to her throat and respiratory system. Kihari was placed in intensive care. She underwent multiple surgeries. For months, she lived with severe complications from the burns. Her airway was damaged. She struggled to breathe. The internal injuries were catastrophic.
Damn.
Despite the medical team's efforts, Kihari's condition continued to deteriorate. The damage to her throat and lungs was too extensive. Eventually, 4 months later, she died from the injuries sustained from drinking the boiling water.
Damn.
The case shocked the nation. Parents were horrified that such a simple dare could result in death. Warning messages spread across social media about the deadly...
How did they get... How? You're 8 years old. How the fuck did you get access to boiling water?
The slug incident. On a warm evening in 2010, 19-year-old Sam Ballard was at a party in Sydney, Australia, with his rugby teammates. They were drinking wine in a backyard. The conversation was lighthearted. Then someone spotted a garden slug crawling across the patio. As a joke, one of Sam's friends dared him to swallow it. Everyone laughed. It seemed like harmless fun. Sam picked up the slug and swallowed it.
Like, when do we tell these niggas fuck off? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did we tell these niggas, yo, suck my dick? Are you crazy? Nigga, give me $1 million. Like, just dare. Just, like, your ego's so bad. All it takes is a dare, not no bread. Like maybe if it was some money involved or something, I'm like, all right, for sure. But just, yo, do this because I dared you. Boy, suck my, put the whole meat. You can take my balls to the face with some hummus and some fucking Tahiti. Suck my dick. What is you talking about?
Hole. Everyone cheered. The party continued. Sam went home that night thinking nothing of it. Days passed. Then Sam began feeling strange. He developed severe pain in his legs. Within weeks, he could barely walk. He went to the hospital. Doctors discovered the slug had carried rat lungworm parasites.
Oh!
The parasites had infected Sam's brain, causing a severe infection called eosinophilic meningoencephalitis. Sam fell into a coma for 420 days. When he finally woke up, he was paralyzed from the neck down. The infection had left him a quadriplegic. He couldn't walk, couldn't feed himself, couldn't breathe without assistance. For 8 years, Sam lived with severe disabilities, requiring around-the-clock care. His mother became his full-time caregiver.
Oh!
Sam's friends were devastated by what their dare.
Boy, listen, y'all would be over here 24/7. 24/7 wiping my ass. You'd be 24/7. You better wipe my ass. You better feed me. You better clean my gooch. Nigga, I don't give a you doing it all, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, hell no.
Had caused. In 2018, 8 years after swallowing the slug, Sam Ballard died from complications related to the infection. He was
Damn.
28 years old. His death highlighted the hidden dangers that can lurk in seemingly innocent dares. Sam's friends carried the weight of what had happened for the rest of their lives. The fireworks incident. On October 24, 2024, during Diwali celebrations in Bengaluru, India, a group of friends gathered to celebrate the Festival of Lights. Fireworks were everywhere. The night air was filled with explosions and colorful displays. The men had been drinking, and the atmosphere was festive and reckless. Someone brought out a large box of fireworks and suggested a dare. They challenged a 32-year-old man in the group to sit on top of the box while they lit the...
They finna blow your asshole crazy. They finna blow your booty hole crazy, bruh. Like, nigga, do you not know that shit explodes? You're on God, you're 32. You're 32. They finna blow you a new booty hole, dude.
Fuses. Friends laughed and egged him on. The man, emboldened by alcohol and peer pressure, agreed. He climbed onto the box and sat down. His friends lit the fireworks. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the entire box exploded beneath him. The force of the blast was catastrophic. The man was thrown into the air. The explosives detonated with tremendous power, causing fatal injuries. Friends screamed and rushed to help, but it was too late. Emergency services...
What the fuck did y'all think was gonna happen? Like, what do you think? What in what world do you think that's not gonna get somebody hurt? In what world do you think that's not gonna get somebody hurt?
Arrived quickly, but the man died at the scene from his injuries. Witnesses told police it had been part of a dare. The case received widespread coverage across...
Look at... And they deadass just sitting right there.
India. News outlets showed footage of the aftermath, warning others about the dangers of combining alcohol, fireworks, and peer pressure. The man's family was left to mourn a senseless death.
You had kids! It's not even like you're lighting them and running away. Even then, still dangerous, but, you know, harmless fun. You're not even lighting them and running away. You're lighting them. You lit them and sat on the box at the ripe age of 32 with a wife and kids at home.
His friends who had encouraged the dare were left traumatized and guilt-ridden. Authorities used the incident as a warning during future Diwali celebrations. The table surfing incident. On June 1st, 2025, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 17-year-old David Nagy and his friends from Freedom High School gathered after school. They had been watching viral TikTok videos of people table surfing, riding on top of tables tied behind cars. The videos made it look thrilling and fun. The teens decided to try it themselves. They found a folding table and flipped it upside down. They tied it behind a car with rope. David volunteered to be the rider. His friends thought it would be hilarious to film. He climbed onto the upside-down table and sat down, gripping the edges. The teenage driver got behind the wheel and started the engine. The car began to move slowly at first. David laughed. His friends cheered him on. Then the driver accelerated recklessly. The car picked up speed. The table bounced violently behind the vehicle, shaking and wobbling. Suddenly, the table was flung into a parked vehicle on the side of the road. The impact threw David off the table with tremendous force. He hit the ground hard.
Damn.
His head struck the pavement.
Damn.
He died from catastrophic injuries. The driver slammed on the brakes. Friends screamed and called emergency services. Paramedics arrived within minutes, but there was nothing they could do. Prosecutors charged the teenage driver with involuntary manslaughter.
Yep.
The case drew...
Yep. Because why the fuck would you floor it? In any of the videos that you've seen and the person's still alive, was the person flooring it? Obviously not. So why the fuck would you do that? You see what I mean?
National attention as an example of deadly TikTok dare trends.
Okay.
David Nagy's family spoke out about the dangers of social media challenges. Schools across Pennsylvania held assemblies warning students about table surfing and similar viral stunts. David's friends were left traumatized. What started as an attempt to recreate a viral video ended in tragedy. The senior assassin incident. On a day in May 2025, high school seniors in Arlington, Texas, were participating in Senior Assassin, a popular end-of-school tradition. The game involves students chasing each other with water guns, trying to eliminate opponents. It's meant to be harmless.
It's a harmless senior thing. It's nothing. It's just the way they call it. But somebody clearly did something to fuck it up.
Harmless fun, a way for graduating seniors to bond before heading to college. Players track each other's locations and stage surprise attacks. That afternoon, 17-year-old Isaac Leal was participating in the game with friends. They had spotted their target and began pursuit in a Jeep. The chase intensified. The vehicle accelerated through streets. The adrenaline was high. The teenagers were laughing and yelling, caught up in the excitement of the game. As the pursuit continued, Isaac climbed onto the back of the moving Jeep.
But why though? Exactly. Why?
He was trying to get a better position during the chase. Friends...
This wasn't even a truth or dare, bro. This was you were dumb as a fucking bag of rocks.
Later said he was riding on the exterior of the vehicle. Then the Jeep hit a bump in the road. Isaac lost his grip and fell from...
Damn. Like, hanging out the window and hanging on the back, how would you get a better shot hanging on the back than hanging out the window where it's safer?
From the moving vehicle onto the street. His head hit the pavement with devastating force. The Jeep screeched to a halt. Friends jumped out, screaming. Someone called emergency services. Isaac was rushed to the hospital with catastrophic head injuries. For weeks, he remained in intensive care, clinging to life. Doctors did everything they could. His family kept vigil at his bedside, but the injuries were too severe. In early June 2025, after weeks in the hospital, Isaac Leal died from his injuries. Investigators confirmed the death occurred during the Senior Assassin game. The incident sparked debate about whether such games should be banned.
That really wasn't even the game's fault. Like, the fact that you can't have a harmless game, that's their dumbass fault. Nobody else should have to fucking be like that. That game is harmless. Hey, if I see you and I shoot you with a water gun, when niggas get to taking it to extreme, that's where it's the problem. Anything taken to the extreme is a problem. So you cannot. It's not everybody else's fault. It's they stupid ass fault. You can't blame nobody but yourself. You decided to fucking get on you were literally, first of all, speeding for a senior assassin is crazy. Speeding for a senior assassin is crazy. You know this person is speeding and you're gonna get hang out the back of the fucking car. Are you crazy? Like, don't shut up.
Some schools across Texas immediately prohibited the tradition.
Oh my God.
If you'd like to see more stories like this, make sure to subscribe and feel free to drop suggestions for the next video in the...
Oh God. Hey, shout out Simple Paint, man. I fuck with this. I like this. Chat, if y'all want to do more of these, worst volcano deaths, worst Halloween deaths, let me know. But I like this.